Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Yuya. Today I'd like to list 25 basic or intermediate English phrases. If you're looking for useful phrases that you can use in a daily conversation, I think this video is for you. Alright, so let's get started. Number 1. What do you think about? What do you think about? This phrase is used when you want to ask somebody for their opinions on a certain topic. This phrase could be used like, what do you think about this movie? Number 2. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to. This phrase is used when you want to show others that you are excited about a certain thing. For example, you could say, I'm looking forward to meeting with you. I'm looking forward to seeing you. This phrase could be used when you are going to see the person for the first time. And you can say, I'm looking forward to meeting you. Number 3. Could you possibly? Could you possibly? This phrase could be used when you are making a very polite request to somebody. Could you possibly help me with these boxes? Number 4. Would you mind? Would you mind? Would you mind? This phrase is used when you want to ask politely if someone can do something for you. Example usage should be like, would you mind holding the door for me? Would you mind holding the door for me? Number 5. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid I can't. This phrase is used when you want to decline certain request politely. You could use this phrase like, I'm afraid I can't join you for dinner tonight. Number 6. I'll prefer. I'll prefer. I'll prefer. This phrase is used when you want to show your preference. You could use this phrase like, I'll prefer tea instead of coffee. Number 7. What's this called in English? What's this called in English? As an English learner, there are a lot of occasions that you might want to ask what a certain object is called in English. And this phrase could be used in that kind of a situation. Example context would be like, what is this called in English? Someone is going to respond to your question like, this is called here. Number 8. I've been learning English for. This phrase is used when you want to explain how long you have been studying English. If you have been studying English for the last 6 months, you could say, I've been studying English for 6 months. Number 9. Let's catch up soon. Let's catch up soon. This phrase is used to suggest meeting or talking at a later time. This phrase could be used in a context like you are ending up the conversation with your friends and you are going to finish the conversation saying, I enjoyed the conversation, let's catch up soon. Number 10. I didn't catch that. As an English learner, we encounter a lot of frustrations or occasions we might want to ask what a certain person said. In that kind of context, you could say, could you say that again? Number 11. Could you speak slower, please? Could you speak slower, please? This phrase is used when you want to request someone to speak more slowly. As an English learner, especially when you talk with native English speakers, you may want to ask the person to speak more slowly because you cannot catch up with the speed of our conversation. In that kind of a situation, you can just say, could you speak more slowly? Could you speak more slowly? If you don't have to be that polite, you can just say, can you speak more slowly? Can you speak more slowly? Number 13. I completely agree. This phrase is used when you want to show a strong disagreement with a certain person's opinions or thought. When someone said, I think, blah blah blah, you could say, I completely agree. Number 14. How do you spell that? This phrase is used when you want to ask the spelling of a certain English word. As an English learner, we always struggled how to spell a certain English word. And then this phrase is very useful when you want to know how to pronounce certain word. Number 15. It slipped my mind. This phrase is used when you want to let others know that you forgot something. Your friends or family members said that you should be the one to bring the key from the house, but you forgot taking the key from the house. And then you could say, oh, it slipped my mind. Number 16. Let's get to the point. This phrase is used when you want to suggest focusing on a certain issue or certain point that you want to talk about. Let's get to the point is used, for example, when you are having a meeting, when you're having a discussion with others. When discussion is not really focused on the topic that you are supposed to be talking about, you can say, let's get to the point. Number 17. It's not a big deal. This phrase is used when you want to express something happened to you is not actually serious or important. It doesn't have to be something happened to you, it could be something else, but you could just say something you're talking about is not that serious, it's not that important. That context would be like when somebody is worried about what happened to you, like for example when you failed an English exam, and then your friends are worried about your mental situation, you could just say, oh, it's not a big deal, I have another chance. Number 18. I'm running late. This phrase is used when you want to tell someone that you not arrive on time. The context would be like when you are planning to watch a movie with your friends, but because of the certain accent on the way you get to the movie theater, You could just say, I'm running late because of the accident. Number 19. That's a good point. This phrase is used when you want to show your agreement or when you think the idea that someone else shared is actually a good idea. You could say, oh, that's a good point, that's a good point. This phrase is generally used during the discussion or during the meeting. And when you think the comment someone else mentioned is pretty good, you could say, oh, that's a good point. Number 20, that doesn't ring a bell. This phrase is used when you are asked by somebody if you recognize a certain object or certain song, but you cannot remember what the person is talking about. You could say, that doesn't ring a bell, that doesn't ring a bell. Number 21, can we reschedule? Can we reschedule? This phrase is used when you want to ask for setting a meeting time or setting a certain event time for a different time. When you happen to have another event, another plan that you have to do, and you could say, can we reschedule? Number 22, I'm just browsing. This phrase is used when you want to indicate that you're still looking for something and you haven't decided yet. You are searching for some items, but you're not ready to buy anything yet. Example context would be like when employees ask if you need help to look for something, you could say, I'm just browsing. Number 23, keep the change. Keep the change. This phrase is used when you want to let the person keep the rest money after you paid for something. The example context would be like when you are paying for something and then you don't want the change back. You say, keep the change. Number 24, it's on me. This phrase is used when you want to indicate that you are paying for something. For example, there is a time that you want to pay for something for your friends and you could say, it's on me this time, let me pay for this. The last phrase is, how's it going? How's it going? This phrase is used when you see someone you already know and you could say, how's it going? You can start a conversation saying like, how's it going? How's it going, man? These are the 25 basic but very useful English phrases that I use on a daily basis. Like I did in this video, try to imagine the context. What kind of context you're going to use a certain vocab or certain phrase. If you think this video is useful to you, please hit the like button. And if you are interested in this kind of English lessons and how to learn English in general, I think this is the channel for you. And there are tons of English phrases, tons of English vocab. I'm not saying that you should remember all of them, but you could remember some of the words and you can try to use that in the actual context. And by using them, you actually remember those phrases and you can use that in the actual context. English learning takes a little time, so it needs a dedication, but take it easy and you'll be a very good English speaker. If you want to study more natural phrases that native English speakers often use, I created a textbook for you to practice how to use the phrases, and then you can get the free textbook through this LINE account. And I also made 80 pages English textbook, how I became to speak English like I'm doing right now. I'm also doing English coaching lessons for those who are wanting to improve their speaking English abilities. So if you're interested, please book a call with me online. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video until now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.